Hello Pisces, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for February 2024. I'm reading for Pisces because you came through on the dice, and although the dice has changed, I'll come on to that. Pluto is also on the dice with the 12th house. Now Pluto has been a bit of a theme, and obviously it is very prominent at the minute, Pluto's energy, and we do have the 12th house, which I believe come through for Libra as well. So we're in the realm of secrets and retreats, maybe feeling secluded or wanting seclusion this month. I feel that's more where this is coming from personally. I was getting a lot of uncomfortable noise is the best way to call it, like, you know, I don't know if there's arguments or bickering. I'm not really seeing that. I'm just feeling there's a lot of noise that's kind of disturbing or unsettling, and you might want to escape in February or for the rest of February. I can speak to endings as well. I'm seeing that if there is some sort of ending, it almost feels that this is something that someone's not prepared to face, something I think I said in the Capricorn reading as well, because I have got the Lady of the Harvest in reverse here, and when she's in reverse, this is about blocking, liberating energy, yeah. So it can sometimes be we're in some sort of shock, or there's denial, you know, in the very early stages of some sort of grief here. I don't know where that's coming from specifically, but yeah, I'm feeling some sort of denial or avoidance, and that's maybe why the 12th house is coming up here. But Pluto, there's some sort of major change and transformation. It's death, rebirth energy. It can be powerful, it can be destructive, and it is in the house, you know, of endings. So as I say, I did read for Pisces because you came through in the dice, but when I was hearing all this kind of noise, and it's not something I could even put a name to, it switched to Libra. So you might be dealing with a Libra, or, you know, yeah, maybe it's an element of your chart, but it did switch to Libra, which to me is actually signifying some sort of relationship of sorts. I do have the Singer of Connection as the crossing obstacle card. So there's some sort of connection here. This is also my connection card, that's maybe just not where you'd like it to be, or it may be, I just feel things are a little bit tumultuous, and I think they're going to become more so, and that's why I feel that you might want to retreat for maybe a time period. Yeah. Somewhat, there's almost saying there's no choice in some element or area of your life to move on. So your cards for the month, and I have put a wee bit of Lenormand on them because they were a little bit unclear to me anyway. I don't know if this is a friend you're dealing with. I'm getting that vibe. I've got my mystical sister, and this normally speaks of an actual person. Obviously it can be a sister. It doesn't have to have you know, a specific gender or age or form, but it's an ally, it's a friend, it's a supportive energy. It's someone who's either has you know, warm feelings for you, hold you in a, you know, soft spot in their heart, or it's someone you've had a lot of shared experience. I'm getting there's some sort of bond here, but I'm feeling that that might be something that needs to change, yeah, because I've got sulfur and I've got against nature. Now, I don't know if this is like, sulfur is something that's a bit smelly, basically. It can be or have therapeutic properties, you know, if you're having a mineral bath. So it's something that can be soothing, but also is a bit smelly. So it's saying that there's something kind of off-putting about this, but it does contain something of use and sometimes something of beauty. It speaks of pushing something up and out and ultimately evaporating, you know, but it's almost, I don't know if it feels like something needs to change or something needs to be expelled or let go of, and I don't know if it's specifically in relation to a friend or an ally, but yeah, I really struggle to find, you know, just what this is, but my Lenormand is very clear that it is in connection with a female, unless it's a female I'm dealing with, and that there is a connection here that it has to either change or evaporate or be, you know, expelled in some way, and because it's either controlling with the against nature card, but I'm feeling that it might be kind of impatient, or there's some sort of agitation coming through here. So it's saying that you don't want to shove a square peg into a round hole. There may be some sort of connection that just does not gel in some area of your life, and is warning you almost not to sort of fight the natural flow of things, not to go against what's natural in some way. There's something that doesn't fit here. There's something that needs to be evaporated or, you know, pushed out. And it may even be that you just need to have some sort of conversation. I'm feeling the retreat element coming in your external energy here. Now, I don't think this is a person, but it can be. I think it's more the sort of environment. Now, if it is a person, there is some sort of complication, or maybe even a kind of either jealousy in a relationship or betrayal in a relationship here. I've got Mercury. Nope, there's Mercury. And I've got silver, and I've got summer. Now, as I say, to me, it felt like a place to go and calm the mind, because silver is a very cool energy, and it does speak about a time of reflection. It's a cold energy, it's a dense energy, it's known as the metal of the moon. So obviously they can speak, there's some sort of, you know, projection and, you know, reflection going on here. I just feel the brain is known as the silver moon, or the, you know, and I'm feeling this combination with Mercury is asking for meditation in some way, and it's almost the key to unlock. I just feel it. I feel there's something you need to work on here, because this feels so very noisy and a little bit heated and rushed and almost too energetic, and this feels like, to, you know, a calming of the mind. Now, Mercury is about messages and communication. It can be deals and contracts as well. I'm always feeling somebody needs to learn how to meditate. Somebody needs to learn how to be calm, cool, reflective out with this energy, and that might even be like a new you know, group of people that you sort out, because summer can be about gatherings and groups and whatnot, like-minded people. It is an energy that speaks about something reaching its vitality or its fullness and having a lot of heightened senses. So I am feeling some sort of mental agitation is what I'm saying. And the external energy, to me, if it's not a person, feels more like a direction you want to move into, in terms of how to meditate, learning to meditate, being able to switch off, seek some sort of retreat, you know. Escapism is what the 12th house can speak to, but I don't know if it's specifically in relation to a friend. I think it is, because in your fears, I have got friends. So I've got a feminine up here and a mystical sister, and then I've got some sort of connection down here with my ring, which speaks about a partnership, you know, a relationship, and the snakes here is just saying there's some sort of complication. There can be kind of betrayal, or there's some sort of lie again going into the 12th house here, and the fear is possibly that a friendship may be damaged or lost in the process here. Yeah, so there's something that needs to be let go of with my Lady of the Harvest. There's something that needs to be acknowledged as having changed or lost, and we're maybe in the kind of denial stages here. I'm just going to take a wee bit of clarification as I go through Pisces. And then the singer of the connection is the actual obstacle. So this, it can be a spiritual connection, but it's basically, you know, it can be someone that you have, you know, it doesn't need to be romantic. It can be a work connection. It can be a family member. It's about building connections, so it doesn't even need to be specifically related to a person. It's almost like there is some sort of sadness or, you know, dissatisfaction here, something we're not able to let go of, but it feels like we don't have the connections that we would maybe like, you know, that we would find to be supported, because there's a fear of a lack of support here. I don't know if it's specifically not being understood with something, or you just don't feel that you have like enough friends or like-minded individuals that you can maybe relate to. Tell me why the Lady of the Harvest. Lady of the Harvest in reverse. I mean, it is naturally, it's the 9 of Wands, which is a very defensive card. And then we've got the Moon in reverse, which to me is kind of 12th house. So it's some sort of, if it's not a secret, it feels like kind of emotional turmoil here, where I'm feeling some sort of weight. The 9 of Wands is, it's a card of persevering in the main, but this deck is a wee bit different. It does, to me, have some sort of, you know, I don't know, it's like again a Grim Reaper vibe about it. So I'm not saying that something is ending here or there has been a loss. I'm almost feeling like it's a kind of, it's not, I don't think it's dread. I think there's definitely a weariness here. There's a weariness. 10 of Pentacles in reverse here. So it could be in connection with family. Yeah, I'm feeling there's some sort of sadness here. There's a feeling of maybe just not being connected. I mean, obviously it could be a financial concern. I'm not seeing anything else to suggest that. I'm feeling it's a lack of connection in some way, Pisces. So tell me why the singer of connection is the obstacle. Why is this an obstacle? I don't know, with all that noise coming through, it's the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is, you know, the cross that we bear. So this is weight, this is pressure, this is responsibility, this is feeling sort of marooned. I just feel somebody needs someone to reach out to. Now that may well be that this mystical sister or this friend, or I feel somebody needs to find some support and some like-minded individuals, and an area like a safe space even where they can talk, or just to create some sort of friendship or support network. I feel somebody needs some sort of support network because there's blockages here. The singer of initiation is the base of the matter. This is what's in the subconscious. This is what's grounding it. And if it's in its upright, this speaks about moving to a new level. This is a passage through a trial. It is ultimately success and triumph, but that's not been achieved here. That's in reverse. So there's something we're not initiating, or there's something that we feel has failed, or we feel that we won't be successful, so we're not initiating it. And I feel it's almost kind of melancholic, you know. It's not like, you know, the Four of Cups. It doesn't feel like the Four of Cups, like, me, I'm not interested. It's almost like there's no kind of point in trying, because you don't feel that you're going to have like the support, or that somebody, you know, there's not going to be people that understand your point of view. I feel that somebody doesn't feel they're going to be able to make the connections they want to, so they're not even attempting to try. And yet I feel that that's probably what needs to happen, because the outcome, and I'll just flip to it right now, Pisces, is the fairies of the future. And this is about moving into the future, quite simply. I always read this card is somewhat reluctantly. I hope I'm holding it the right way, but she does have a kind of reticence to her. She is kind of looking forward, even though the card speaks about moving forward boldly. Yeah, but it's about taking practical steps forward. It's having a plan in place and just taking that first baby step, even though you're kind of nervous about it. You don't know if you're going to be supported, or you're going to have, you know, but others are ultimately going to be moving with you. It's really what I see. I sort of just feel you need to make the first move. You need to try something a wee bit different, because right up here is the Guardian of the Gate, and this is also sort of a next level type card, and it's blocked. This is literally speaks of being on the runway. It's a passage to a new life. It's things opening up. It's also having sufficient life experience to get through that little nub. There is a little nub here where we're almost getting an interview, maybe something like that. It can literally speak of a new level of consciousness. It's all in reverse, basically. It's what you're seeing here, Pisces. It's in reverse because somebody, I don't think, wants to take this leap. And we have got the Wise Fox in reverse. This is such an odd deck. Which one's that? Oh gosh, it's the Death card. It's in reverse. So we've got like the Lady of the Harvest here, which can be about grieving or mourning, or, you know, going into some sort of denial about letting something go. And I felt that I already had that vibe. Yeah, against nature is about trying to control things that aren't controllable, and going against nature, or going against destiny, trying to put a square peg into a round hole. And up here, the reason we're not going to this next level, this passage through trials, because we're, again, not letting something go that's already gone. It really could be a family member here. I've got the Death and the Ten of Pentacles here. I'm just feeling there's a feeling of kind of foreboding. I don't even feel it's necessarily something that's happened, Pisces. It feels to me like, you know, that we're verging on paranoia. This Nine of Wands really does look, I mean, he's not just wary, he's almost paranoid. That's why I sort of feel the Grim Reaper, because he is in the background here and there's a noose here. Just sort of feels like it's paranoia. And when I say that, how you are seen is upon as well, daughter. And this is like, it can be, you know, obviously it's on a scale of having a lot of nightmares and fears and distress and not being able to move on. And if you can see this little person down here, but they're held in place until they are able to move on again, because there's something that they haven't dealt with. And to be honest, when Epona comes through, we're really actually not ready, you know, to do too much. It does need to be tentative kind of baby steps here, because this does speak of nightmares and, you know, sometimes madness, and can be, it's a very fearful energy. And I'm seeing the Eight of Cups in reverse coming through here, and we are kind of like, you know, all at sea. Could there be a more Piscean card? So this is like, you know, not being able to emotionally detach from something or someone, or just, you know, having a lot of ruminating thoughts that, you know, and as I say, I don't know if it's just paranoia, I don't know if it's something that's actually to happen, but I'm seeing you look incredibly fearful. And it might just be in your dream space. You might be having a lot of nightmares, or, you know, you might be suffering from insomnia. That can be a card of insomnia as well. How that is literally how you're seeing your environment is one where I'm seeing that rotating the south and in the future. This is my topsy-turvies. So this is kind of chaotic energy. Everything's arse for elbow, everything's upside down, you know, nobody really knows what they're doing. There's a lot of running about like headless chickens. We're not really getting anywhere. And taking the south, when she's in her upright, she's something, she's quick-witted, she's got an acute intellect, she does handbrake turns, she's, you know, she literally is the light bulb moment. But when she's in reverse, she's not seeing things clearly, or she's making poor decisions, or she's seen as somebody who's a little bit like the deer in the headlights, you know. And again, your environment is the fairy was kissed by the pixies. This is a card of love, opening our hearts to love, healing from a past love. Again, that could be an issue here. So I feel there's something you're holding on to. I feel that it's all a bit, there's kind of startling. There's definitely some sort of wariness and paranoia. And I think it may be affecting your sleep, and it most certainly can be that you have a fear of a lack of support, or, you know, the breakdown of a relationship or a friendship. And here's what we need to do with the fairies of the future, is literally take baby steps towards the future, Pisces. Let's just clarify, why does the fairies of the future, got a bit of a spinner, the Dreamer of Swords, and the Spirit of Wands. See, it all feels kind of new to me. I'm just feeling incredibly fearful and slightly alone. Now I've got the Nine of Swords coming through here. The spirits and the dreamers are like the pages and the knights in this deck, basically. I feel for the rest of the month, and what are we now? The 14th. There's only a couple of weeks yet. I really do think it is a period where you're going to have to take a bit of a time out if you possibly can, Pisces, because I don't know how realistic this is, and whether we're letting our imagination run away with us here, because that would be your imagination running away with you in a very bad way. It's taking you to a very dark place. It's almost seeming like there's no kind of positivity there. I think there's maybe some sort of new information coming your way that's maybe going to make things a little bit clearer going forward here. So yeah, I do see you coming out of like a period of rest and withdrawal, but I really just think this is going to be a time period for the next 2 weeks where you avoid too much activity, and you do, you know, practice what I was mentioning over here in terms of meditation and calming the mind and finding some sort of support network. Okay, Pisces, sorry, I feel that's a bit disjointed, because I just cannot decide if this is actually your reality or it's just where your head's at. That's what it feels like. I almost feel like you've lived out something in your head, and it's preventing you from taking steps that you maybe should be doing, because you just assume it's not going to go your way, or it's going to be too difficult. Oh, yeah. So that's what I say, I just don't know with the 12th house here if your imagination's just running riot. Yeah, let's have a look. What is the best advice you can offer Pisces for the rest of February 2024, please, angels and ancestors? Trust in higher forces, the shaman, Pisces. Shed your old skin and travel in a new direction. We do have traveling in a new direction down here with my compass coming through, and again, and this is going against the natural flow of things, but the snake is about shedding your old skin, and we do have the snake coming through here. That literally could be a person, in all honesty, but I want to read the shaman because that speaks to sort of you know, medicine. Let's have a look. Trust in your angels, guides and ancestors. If you have given your power away, then claim it back. On the inner planes, all of the shamans of times gone by are helping the human race to understand the complexities of life and the needs of Mother Earth. Many are working as spiritual guides to light workers and light warriors. Shamans believed when there was illness or disease, it was because a person's power had been left behind somewhere or a negative pattern had installed itself in them. In trance, they would travel to the underworld to recall this power and remove the demon. If this card comes to you, it's because you need to do some release work with lower energies on, or with your lack of trust in the spiritual energies that are guiding you. There are spiritual allies working in your favour, and their miracles will unfold much easier when you move into a state of trust. So it's showing that the shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. Gosh, sorry, it's just the cat kind of creeped me out there. Oh, got wee shivers. Yes, there definitely is some sort of lower energies here, and they're in the mental space. Basically, I've got Mercury here. I don't honestly just get this vibe that it's not actually something that's happening in your physical life, but there is a lot of noise and distraction. I absolutely get that, but I think the mercurial aspect is the one you know, that's not taking you to a good place, Pisces. And in the 12th house, you need to find, Three of Pentacles, people that can work with you. You need to find people that can relate to you, or someone that's able to listen and give you a helping hand in some way for the rest of February. That is your reading. I hope you find it useful. Do look after yourself, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.